right, we're at the home stretch. We are at clue 9. Yes, clue 9. This is the Soft Squares Mystery Quilt 2024. Clue 9. So this is where we left off on clue 8. I put it all together. So now we're going to open up clue 9. And I'll tell you, it's borders. Yes, it's going to be the first border. I took a peek. We are going to put the stop border, which is the first border. We're going to take our fabric 1, which is this, and we're going to cut strips. Now, I'm gonna let you in on a little tip. There is 7 strips you're going to cut. I cut 6 strips because if you recall on one of the last steps, I had a very long piece and I cut that down. So I'm hoping to do the 6 strips with this to save fabric. If not, I'm just gonna go and cut more fabric. It's really not a big deal. So I have everything cut 2.5 inch, well, yes, we know it's a 2.5 inch strip. And we are going to sew the strips end to end, and then we're gonna press the seams. Now in our box, we did get a measuring tape. And we did measure. You can use this to measure one way, but we can't use it to measure the other way because it's not long enough. This is a 60 inch, and then you really almost need 100. So we are going to take 3 measurements vertically on my quilt top. So it did not go that far on my quilt top vertically. So we're going to take 3 measurements. We're going to take a long measuring tape. And we are going to go, and we have 73 there in the middle, 73 there, and at the end. And you know, depending on where your guys' seam is, 73. So I know that my side has to be 73 inches for both sides. So I'm going to come in and I am going to sew these end to end. Are you ready? Here we go. Bring you down. I'm so excited that we are coming to an end of this fabulous quilt. Not that I want it to end, but more so that I just like the reveal. So we are going to take these and we are going to sew them end to end. This helps save fabric as well. Now what I like to do is, so that I don't have one ginormous piece, and this is my preference, I only do 3 strips at a time. So I have 1, that's a 3 stripper, and then I'm going to do another 3 strip set. So remember, you have 7 of these. I might have miscounted, actually. I might need to count one more. 6. Well, we're just going to go with it. For this video, I don't need all. But you're going to cut 7. And then we're going to press this all to one side. Now I'm going to grab my quilt top and off I go into making it. So in the directions, they have you, we did the measurements of 3, 3. right, in 3 different places at the middle and the 2 ends. I did it, and it was 73. So theoretically, we should be cutting this strip to 73 inches. You can do that. That is the proper way of making this quilt. But you know how I'm a rule breaker. So I'm going to come here and show you. So I am coming through, and 73 is right there. I'm going to mark it. I should have cut right there and pinned my borders on. But you know, I never do everything by the book. So I'm going to show you how I would do it. But to keep everything square, you should cut right there at 73. I marked it at 73. I'm going to come in. I'm going to start I'm going to sew my first vertical border on. My fan is blowing my hair everywhere. This is a good time to check your bobbin so you don't have to play chicken with your bobbin. I actually just put in a new bobbin because my bobbin was very close to being empty, and I just didn't want to have any mishaps. So I am sewing my border down. You have I am quiet right now because I am concentrating. This is such a very large quilt that we made. I am totally thinking. As a matter of fact, if this is too large of a quilt, you just have to add less blocks to this. So instead of doing 5 by 6, maybe you do 4 by 5, and you can use those other blocks for something else if you want a smaller quilt. But I'm just making this just like the pattern. And look, we're coming to the end. Let's see. Ooh, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Oops. So we hit it right on the nail. It was perfect. Everything laid perfect. I'm going to come in here and cut this carefully. And we are good. This strip is not long enough, so I'm going to put that aside. And I'm going to grab the other strip I had. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to find this strip now. And I am going to add the rest of this. I do this right now. You can do it all at one time. It's just because I don't like to use such a long strip. But here we go. And you can iron it. And now we have it here, and now we can use it. Let's make sure that I did that right. Yes, I did. All right, so now I can, this is where I left off. I'm gonna come and turn my quilt on the other side. And I am going to come over here. Fight with the wind, fight with my hair, fight with the quilt. Don't we always do that, especially in small confined spaces? So here we go. We're going to lay this border on here. And we are going to sew this one down on this side here. And then I'm going to see how I'm constantly moving the quilt around, repositioning. I want everything to be straight. And come in. People pin their borders. People put the 73 inches and pin their borders. That is theoretically the way that you should be taught, I guess. The quilt police would say that's the traditional way of doing things. But I'm modern. I'm a modern quilter with my own mind and my own way of doing things. Like I said, there's many ways to do something, right? I just showed you that I did measure 73. I put a pin on it and it went on here exactly. And we are almost to the home stretch. We have put two sides. And then we have to do a top, the two tops. So here, once I'm done here, because I have to iron the border, right? I have to, not iron, but press it so that we can do the next step to putting this side border on. And there we go. We have our two sides on. Now I bring this over. I flatten it. This is just the way I do it. You can do it however you see fit. There we go. And now I have I'm missing one. I don't know what I did. I don't know if I lost it on the floor. I know I counted correctly, but somehow in the end I am missing one. So I have this, and we are going to iron this. Oh, here, no, that's it. That's the one that I did. All right. We're going to come and we're going to press our border. And of course, we're doing this in a small space. Preferably, you would do this on your big ironing board if you have one. If not, then I guess we're doing this together in a nice tight space. Make sure that this is pressing out. Take your time. There is absolutely no rush. We did one side. Now we are going to do the other side. We're almost to the home run finish here, right? To the home plate, I guess is what they would say. That's a baseball analogy. I always screw up my analogies anyway. Here we go. So we've got it. We've got it. We've got it. I don't know. It's like that song, Baby, We've Got It. All right. So now we're going to take our 3 measurements again across. So honestly, this is a 60-inch, and this one here is about 100. So this is 65 and a half. And then we're going to go to the end. And we're going to measure the end. This is the way I measure. And this is 65 and a half. So you can go and measure the center as well. But I bet you it's going to be 65 and a half. So we are now going to go ahead and put our top of our first border. Make sure we're doing this right. I can't tell you how many times I tried to put on a border and then I come to a seam and the seam is not the correct way. So I'm coming in here and I'm going to give this a little back tack. I did back tack it about 1 or 2 stitches, just to kind of seal this whole first border in. And I'm just going to come right across. Keep everything square as we go. Always stop and adjust. If something's out of whack, as you can see, I stop. I adjust. Believe me, it will save you so much time later on, and you'll thank me. Now I'm coming to the end, and I'm going to do a quick back tack, and then I'm going to stop. So I still need to add a full strip to this. And then I will do the other side. So next time you see me, I will have my first border on. As you see, 3 of the borders are on already. We will be on to include 10. And a little hint, it will be the finished finale of our quilt. So have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself and see you in Clue 10 when you're ready. Bye-bye.